Alrighty, guys. Brothers Motors, cousin Pookie strikes again. Now, they called this lady truck. Won't start. It quit on her while she at work. She's still in the parking lot at the job. All right. Now, guys, you gotta understand. If I have to make a house call or a job call, yeah, the price go way up. Okay, because number one, I'm outside. All right, and number two, okay, just know that the price goes up, all right? Because once I come out, once you tell me over the phone what kind of issue you got and what kind of problem you have and what has been done, yes, that history is utmost important, okay? And I determine that it's something that I think I can handle, yes, I'm okay with it at that point. Then that's when we start talking prices and paying me now, partially now, to come out and see what's wrong with your car. So here's the deal. She did just that to another mechanic. Yes, cousin Pookie came out here. I forgot what year this thing is. Ram 1500. Won't start. All right, he came out here, got on the ground, and put a start on it. All right, I'm guessing he checked the batteries and the battery connections. Okay, yeah, all that stuff. I wondered, did he even take this off to do a starter? All right, the car won't start, so the general mechanic automatically must need a starter. They put a starter on it. Guess what? It's not even clicking. So how do you come to the conclusion that you need a starter and you turn the key and nothing happens? She say nothing happens. Not even a click, click, click. Nothing. Okay? How do you suspect that the solenoid, starter solenoid, is faulty when you're not hearing anything from it? How do you even know you're getting power down there? Some people don't check nothing. They just, a starter would prevent a vehicle from starting. So guess what? It must need a starter. Well, JT don't work like that, guys. So here I am. Yes, that unlock it. So you know what that tells me? That the key is sending a signal out to the skim module. All right, now let's try to duplicate this. The complaint is no freaking start. All right, what do we have? Let's see. Imagine that. Nothing. So how do you get a starter issue out of nothing? This damn thing ain't even, the battery's not dead. Nothing. All right, guys. Now, let me say this, because you got to be careful who you let work on your car. This is 2014, 2015, fairly sophisticated, okay? In other words, you need a fairly sophisticated scan tool, okay? One scan tool that would read fairly sophisticated modules, such as this. Yes, the key module. It's a skim module, screen module, RKE module, whichever name you want to give it. Your module has to be able to talk to it, okay? I have to find out. Now, like I say, I'm getting a signal from the key to unlock the doors. So am I not getting the signal? The signal from the key is making it to here. Now, if the signal from here making it to the PCM, we don't know that. We won't know that until we view some data. All right, that is what I'm about to do now. Stay tuned. All right, guys. I got my dongle hooked in. And look, guys, let me tell you this. I got the key in the on position, right? Y'all see that? The ignition switch is lit up, or the ignition function is lit up. Look, the key, I'm not picking up the VIN, okay? When you have to manually enter a VIN, that means there's a major breakdown in communication somewhere. All right, so y'all hold tight. Let me enter this VIN and see if we can keep this moving. Well, guess what, guys? I'm in. As you can see right here, I finally got in. It's a 2014 Ram 1500. Now, what I need to do is get to the damn RKE functions. So let's go out of here. Let's go to topology. Oh, look. Okay, that's why the ignition is not on. The key, let's see what the RFH. RFH stands for radio frequency hub, and that's where all your key information is. All right, let's first look at some DTCs, if there's any. Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, see, now how the hell would cousin Pookie know to do this and know to good look here? Now y'all see that? This car ain't gonna never start. You see why? Unidentified key communication error. You know what that simply mean in layman's term? You need a key and a freaking skim module. Okay, yes, I'm not gonna waste time trying a key. These two work in tandems, in pairs. So basically, now we can take a peek at the diagnostic and see, you know, possible cause and where it will lead you to. I think we can. I don't know how to get there on this device. Maybe I have to. Okay, let me try here. I just want to take a look at some RKE fob 4 performance. So there's a fob 4 out there that's corrupted, I guess, but this right here is active. So the active key that I'm using now, it's likely no good. All right, guys, I got the skim module down. I got this one, the new one, screwed up here. Here's my new key that I had to program. Now they got 2 keys. Here's the other one. I got to program this one. However, all I wanted to do, I already tested it, so I'm gonna let y'all see. Ta-da! Yes, guys, it works. Okay, so like I say, do not send a guy out with a damn code reader trying to figure out why your car won't start. You can't diagnose cars by simply reading trouble codes, okay? Trouble codes are designed to help put you in the right direction. In fact, if you can't read certain modules, you can't diagnose the car anyway. All right, so now that I got it running, as you can see, just checking the light on, I'm gonna diagnose anything else that may be wrong and make them aware of it. All right, so guys, that's all I have. I hope you got something out of this video. Let me program this new key to get rid of this key. I don't want it to sync with the new system and corrupt the new system. All right, so I'm gonna put this panel on. Guys, I'm done. That's all I have, man. Yeah, she's running, baby. I don't hear no ticking, do I? No, everything fine, guys. I gotta go. Thanks for watching.